The Machinist is widely regarded as one of film's greatest ever depictions of insomnia. Christian Bale achieved a gaunt, sickly appearance to play the role, but the story itself is actually about what guilt does to someone who is hiding something. Let's get into it. First, I want to say make sure you do subscribe today so you don't miss out on all the NMRW's film and sound content, but let's get into The Machinist from 2004. You can actually feel the theme of guilt just by watching the scenes play out in The Machinist. We see Resnick, played by Bale, experiencing a series of behaviors that are the result of, well, they're the result of what the movie is all about, and I don't want to give away the ending since the movie is actually available to watch free with ads right now on YouTube, so go check it out. But the point is, all of these behaviors and symptoms point toward this one theme of guilt, and it's actually spelled out for us. Let's just say a little guilt goes a long way. Now, he does mention that he has not slept in a year, and yeah, that is concerning, but insomnia does not strictly come with the other symptoms we're shown. We get the idea that there is something more to this case. He's not just having a bad time trying to sleep and he can't figure out why. He's in a state of active denial. It's actually what our friend David Lynch refers to as a dissociative fugue, I believe. He refers to it when he talks about the inspiration for one of his movies being O.J. Simpson, which seems to have led him to make the movie Lost Highway, I believe. I'm not sure, but you can see more about Lynch on this channel as well. Check that out. So anyway, we meet Ivan, and if you've seen a few films in your day, you immediately get the impression that this dude might be a figment of Resnick's mind. But what else does he do for the story? What's his purpose? What does Ivan represent? It could be a guilty conscience, or Resnick's new assumed identity as part of the fugue state that he's in, which does come along with wanting to be someone else altogether after, well, feeling some guilt. Ivan is kind of a caricature of the old Resnick.
I'm receiving for you. Well, it's going to have to wait. It's Billy time.
We actually see in that fishing photo that we're shown in the movie. To get more specific, we see Resnick experience what psychologists refer to as subjective body weight as well, meaning we see him feeling heavier than he actually is. He marks his weight down and we watch the numbers drop over time. He's working hard at this. In this study, psychologists from Princeton University reinforced the idea that subjective weight is a key sign of extreme guilt and how people deal with it. It may be the weight of guilt itself, or some psychological phenomenon that simply comes along with having done something wrong. We also see Resnick unable to pay his bills, receiving disconnect notices from the utility companies. Paying that bill may seem like such a heavy task for him. It's another sign of a guilty mind and depression. The same study states, specifically, an induction of guilt affected the perceived effort necessary to complete tasks that were physical in nature, compared to minimally physical tasks. Obviously, a lot of us love the way the story unfolds in this movie. Kosar, the writer, and Anderson, the director, did achieve a sincere rendition of a character study in this film. And to me, it even harkens back to Eraserhead, the industrial vibes, the lonely life, and particularly this shot, which is a famous one from Lynch's 1977 feature debut. While I don't like to give away the endings of films unless absolutely necessary, I will say the ending of this movie was not expected the first time I saw the movie. I was just kind of sitting there and letting this film wash over me, and then boom. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Perhaps a bit overly metaphorical at times, where we're being given overt physical analogies to Resnick's mental experience, like shots of the crazy house ride where he's actually, going to hell and seeing the devil. Yeah, you start to get the picture. At this point, we're literally given a scene where he's shown taking the highway to hell. The key takeaway, though, for anyone wanting to learn something from this film would have to be Christian Bale's performance. Without him, this could have been a real disaster. I mean, his acting instinct was completely dialed in here, and he nailed the role, giving us exactly what we would want to see, which was someone who was actually skinny as a rail, actually sickly, and going through a mental breakdown, or at least appearing that they're actually going through a mental breakdown where we can't tell the difference. He feels real, and at no point does he dare to overplay this role. I give it 5 stars. It's free to watch on YouTube, like I said. Now go check it out. Subscribe, and thanks for listening to the NMRW with me, your host, Joe.